Nationwide, the surge in school shootings and threats is sparking urgent concern, with schools across the country facing escalating challenges to ensure safety, a crisis that echoes far beyond the classroom walls. Driven by the growing threat of violence, schools are transforming, with heightened security measures and preventative strategies at the forefront.
Unless you have a faculty swipe card, you can't access the building from 3 sides. The only place you can access the building is from door 1, which is right out here. And even once you access into that vestibule, you can't get any further. We can lock you down in that vestibule.
We have a device that allows us to take their driver's license, to drop it into this device, which connects to an online database that indicates whether they've been arrested, particularly if it's related to a child's safety.
The addition of school resource officers has also become a common safety initiative, aiming to deter threats and provide a sense of security on campus for both students and staff.
We are lucky in this community to have a fantastic relationship with our school resource officers, and they have like a really soft touch on the schools. We don't have armed guards at our schools in Fairfield, but we have really engaged and involved officers who build relationships with the students.
But seeing police officers from our town in and around our school, including recess, I think helps provide comfort so that the anxiety that you just asked about doesn't rise.
I tend to think that that's good to start when they're young, so as they get older, that's just like, oh yeah, here they are at school, and not creating a sense of like, you're here because something bad's going to happen.
An emergence of swatting calls and a rise of fake threats have also forced schools to invest in new protocols to address these dangerous and disruptive hoaxes.
Our school superintendent sent out a communication actually over the weekend, just informing the parents that he is aware, all of us are aware of these swatting incidents, of these threats to create chaos among first responders in schools.
It's a fake call, so somebody will call in and say, and it could be a wide range of stuff. So somebody could call in and say, you know, there's a shooter at Trumbull High School in the front of the school. Totally bogus call, but we have to assess that. We can't just say, oh, we think it's a bogus call, we're not going to do anything about it.
During the month of September alone, around 50 school threats were posted on various social media platforms, targeting schools across the state of Connecticut, including those in Middletown, Columbia, Bridgeport, Torrington, Bristol, Fairfield, and more, forcing school closures, delays, and initiating numerous police investigations. And amid the rising concerns over school safety, parents often grapple with the growing anxiety about their children's well-being in the classroom.
It happens every year, and I get it. Their children are the sun and the moon and the stars. And when that child is not within an arm's reach, when a school threat is made, it's debilitating for families. It's so unsettling. And they trust us to make certain that their kids are in good care.
While students must navigate a new normal, balancing the pressures of education with the reality of increased safety drills and added security measures.
If we have to have a drill, the teachers are wonderful in keeping everybody calm and just saying this is a practice and it's okay. And then afterwards I go in and I make sure to check in with the students and just to see how they're all doing, and the families as well. And we send something to the families and to let them know. It's definitely not something we want to do.
I hear all the time from other parents whose kids are super anxious about those, and then they're expected to go back into the classroom and continue learning, and they can't for that day because they're scared.
I think in that moment everyone kind of had panic and fear. You don't really know until you're in that situation. So I don't really think any type of preparation would have helped necessarily.
The level of uncertainty surrounding school safety has also left many children feeling anxious as the fear of potential threats looms over their daily school routines. This is true for Elaine Almeida's daughter.
Strategically planning it out in her head. How would I get to my phone? How would I call you? This is going to make me sad. What are the last words that I would tell you? So that really surprised me, because instead of really just paying attention to school and being a kid, these are the things that are planning out, right? Like worst case scenarios.
Alongside the focus on mental health, the future of school safety also rests in the hands of the government and their willingness to take action.
It makes no sense that gun violence is the leading cause of death for our young people. This is entirely preventable, and yet we don't have enough elected leaders with the courage to stand up and say such.
We all have the power to make change, and I think it really begins with ourselves, but we also have to give people the tools so they can make the change and make sure that violence does not happen in our society or our school or community.
The Sandy Hook Elementary School tragedy that occurred on December 14, 2012 in Newtown, Connecticut remains a pivotal part in the national conversation on gun control and school safety.
We just need to make a decision as a country as to whether we want to live in a world in which this carnage continues. This isn't an accident, it isn't bad luck, it's a choice. It's just a choice we've made to put our kids in jeopardy every single day that they go to school. For kids that live in my neighborhood in the south end of Hartford, to put them in jeopardy every day when they walk to and from school. It's a choice that we make, and we could make a different choice.
The devastating events of this day also led to the creation of organizations like Sandy Hook Promise, dedicated to preventing gun violence through education, advocacy, and community programs. It also prompted Connecticut to enact some of the nation's strictest gun control laws, including expanded background checks and a ban on assault weapons.
Connecticut has really strong gun laws. We've always been a leader in that. Right after Sandy Hook, and then again in 2023, the General Assembly passed more sweeping legislation.
I feel really proud of what we've done here in Connecticut to, I think, have the strongest common sense gun laws in the nation. And what I wish desperately is that every state would do this.
Although steps have been taken to improve security and protect students, the journey toward comprehensive school safety is far from over, with much still to be done to address the challenges ahead. For Fairfield County News, Danielle Grillo, Fairfield, Connecticut.